Okay, Module 1, Section 2, and we are on Objective 10, the last one. Objective 10 is given any number from 1 to 99. Find the number that makes 100 when added to the given number. Record the answer with an equation. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. So, what would you add to 58 to equal 100? So write it as an equation and be sure to share your thoughts and ideas. Okay, so there's different ways of getting to this. And we're talking about addition here. So some of you have probably figured out that you could subtract 58 from 100 and get your answer, but we're not going to subtract. So what are you going to do instead? Okay, hopefully you found some ideas. I'm going to show you using the base 10 blocks, but I'm going to draw it the shortcut way. Okay, so we have 50, so those are our rods, and 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I want to see what I'm going to add to this in order to end up with one flat. Okay, so what's missing? Alright, first of all, a flat doesn't have any units, does it? There are no unit blocks over here. It's just a flat. So I need to convert these 8 units into a rod, and then I need to convert the rods to a flat. So I need 2 more units, don't I? Okay, so now these 2 and these 8 make 1 rod. So I have 1 more over here now. So we're ignoring, I'm not going to leave it this way, but we're ignoring these because it changed to that. Okay, but I have to leave them there because it's part of my answer, right? Okay, so, whoops. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flats. Try it again. 6 rods. These are all gone. So how many more rods do I need in order to make this flat? If I have 6, I need 4 more, right? 1, 2, 3. Pretend that's straight. 4. So that represents 42. So I add 42 to 58 to get 100. Okay, that's one way of looking at it. Okay, let me explain these 2 questions you have down here at the bottom so that I can erase it and do something else or write over the top of it or whatever. Okay, we talked about this in class, but let me go over it again. An expression, starting with the second question, is something that combines numbers using add, subtract, multiply, and divide. But in our case, it's just add because that's all we've done. So 2 plus 3 is an expression. I could add 7 and then I could add 93, whatever. As long as I just add all the way across, that's an expression. Okay? Now an equation is using an equal sign, and you need to say what it's equal to. Okay, if you remember when we were talking about the commutative property, I would have written 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. That is an equation because both sides are equal. There's an equal side in it. Okay, but 3 plus 2 all by itself is an expression. Okay, so the directions up here told you write this question as an equation. Okay, so our pink and green base 10 blocks, we need to write it out as an equation now. Okay, so we're going to say 58, that's what we started with, add 42 is 100. There's our equation, okay? Okay, now you get to practice it 4 more times. Here we go. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So A, I'm going to put this down here at the bottom so you can see it better. So 37. What do we want to add to it to get 100? Okay, now I'm not going to draw it out using the blocks this time. I'm going to show you a different way. Okay, still the same idea, but it's not using the blocks. All right, so this 7 ends up being a 0 in our answer. There are no 1s left, right? So if I can add something to this so that it converts to a 10, it converts up, then I won't have anything left in the 1s place. Okay, so if I put a 3 onto the 7, you can see how it would make it a 10, right? So now these would make a 10, and I'd have to carry a 1. Okay, so if I put a 3 here, because of this 3 down here that we had there, right? Okay, so if I'm adding these up, I would have a 10 here, and I would be carrying a 1. So what goes here? So I have a 0 in the 10s place. Already I have 4. So what do I need to add to 4 to get to 10? 6. Okay, so that gives you a 10. So 63 is my answer. Okay, so you're trying to make 10s in different places. I'll show you what I mean. Here we go. Okay, so what would I add to 68? So 68 add what gives me 100? So that's writing it vertically instead of horizontally this time. Okay, so what is going to go here? I probably shouldn't use a 0 for that, huh? Let's do here in order to get a 0 here. So 8 plus something has to equal 0, but it's not really a 0. It's a 10, right? Because we're going to carry it over. So what do we add to 8 to get to 10? A 2. So then I have 10. So I'm trying to get 10s every time, because if I get a 10, it converts into the next place value up. So what's going to go to here now to get a 10? So we have a 1 and a 6, so that's a 7. What do you add to 7 to get to 10? 3. So our answer is 32. Okay, let me put these up here so you can see them with the actual questions. Okay, so let's try the next one over here. What would you get, or what would you add to 82 to get to 100? Okay, 2 plus 8 is 10. And now we have 9 here. So I just need 1 more. Okay, so it's 18. Kind of cool. Okay, and the last one. What would I add to 13 to get to 100? All right, so 3 plus 7 gives me 10. Carry the 1. So now these two give me 8. What do I add to 8 to get 10? Haha, that was brilliant, huh? I gave you the answer. These two give me 2. What do I add to 2 to get 10? 8. So the answer for that one is 87. And you are done. So your homework for this particular lesson, so Module 1, Section 2 is what you need to do right there. Hopefully you've already done Module 1, Section 1. there are 39 questions this time, so it's not as long as last time. All right, good luck. You got this.